in this video I'm just going to explain about the Monte Carlo simulation, and just like, first of all, we need to know how to build models involving uncertainty and risk and analyze them using approach which is known as the simulation. So Monte Carlo simulation is the process of generating random values for uncertain inputs in a model, and after then, once that we have some values, random values, we will compute the output variable of the interest and repeat this process for a number of times, which is known as a trial, to understand the distribution of output result. Monte Carlo simulation can be used in a lot of area, that is corporate finance, option pricing, especially portfolio management and personal finance planning. What is the limitation of this model is that it cannot account for a bear market, recession, or any other kind of financial crisis. This simulation will not explain about all these things that might impact the potential result as well. Starting with a simple example, let's say we know that there may be some average salary of some employees. Let's say the average salary of employees working in the bank, that will be around $3,500, and if we say what is the standard deviation for this is around 350. Now we want to calculate the variables on the basis of the information that we have. So this is the reverse of the information that which we have already have, that is the means and standard deviation. On the basis of these two, we will be able to generate the random numbers. So how to create it? So first of all, that you need to go to data, click on data analysis. We have random number generation, click on OK. We want only one variable here. Then how many random numbers? We want 100, and this is a normal distribution. 3,500 is the mean and 350 is the standard deviation. Then the random seed may be any number we can select, and it will change accordingly about the variables that we will have from 1 to 100. Output range, so where we want this information, I want this information here, so click on OK. The moment I click on OK, so this data is available from 1 to 100. So what I want here, I want to just go with without any decimal places. The whole data is available, and I just want to click on right click here on the data which is selected, and here define name. I want to put a name, any name, let's say RAKA, Raka, or maybe any number, maybe XYZ or ABC. So I put this name as ABC, click OK. So this, the name of this from here to here, all the 100 numbers which is generated by the random variable, that will be ABC. So what I want the serial numbers. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Instead of going with the 1, 2, 3 numbers, so how I can generate these numbers? Click on this, and we need to go to here, the fill and series. Click on column 1, 2. Let's say I want maybe 100. Then click on OK. So from the 1 to 100 series is already selected. So what is the name of this? That name was ABC. I want to go with the average, so I put average ABC. So the moment I select the ABC, the whole this series will be selected. Series means range from the top to the bottom. So average salary of the employees, that is the 3,481, and minimum and maximum we want to calculate. What is the minimum? So MIN ABC, and the maximum MAX, then ABC. Next we have standard deviation. So standard deviation we have here ABC, right? So this is 362. So this is the standard deviation. So this is the result that we have found with the help of these variables, which is known as random variable. So this is how like Monte Carlo simulation works. So we have this data which we were not having before, and these are the variables from the 100 variables that we have. Now the second example that I want to go with the revenue, fixed cost and variable. Sometimes we are not aware about it. So for example, in any company the revenue is the 194,500. This is just an average revenue, maybe quarterly, half monthly, or maybe half year, or maybe yearly. Fixed cost we are not certain, variable cost we are also not certain about it, but we know this is the average, not exact figure that we have. So average mean that we have calculated standard deviation, that is $15,000, and 4,000 in case of fixed cost, and variable cost is 40,000. Now I want to go with the first one. The first is means you can say first simulation. So I want to calculate here. I'm writing here first simulation. I want to know like how much profit that will be there in the next quarter. So in this case I just would like to go with the one formula to calculate this. So that will be the NORM is equal to sign norm.inv. So this will be the result, the inverse of the normal cumulative distribution for the specified means and standard deviation. So click on here, and the first one will be the random number we want, RAND, bracket open and close, comma, what is the mean here, and comma standard deviation, bracket close, and this is the result that we have. It means the next time, in the maybe next quarter or a year, that revenue would be 201,193. So what I do, I'm just going to make this without any decimal places, and I'm going to drag it for the fixed cost as well as variable cost. And to calculate the profit, we know that revenue minus fixed cost minus variable cost is the profit here. I put this profit and fill with the yellow color here. So this is the first simulation that we have done. Now I want the number of trials. Let's say starting with I'm just writing here trials, and here is the profit. So every time I just refresh this screen, all the figures are going to change. How and why? Because look at this, click on the formula, and here you will find the one calculation option. So click on manual. If you change here something, if you write something here, it's not going to change. The moment you change this automatically or manually, so there are two options. Automatically will change everything automatically. Manually, it means you need to click on the calculate. The moment you click on the calculate, what is happening actually, as per the information RAND is working here, so randomly. Even then, if you don't use this, or that manually is there, it is working there, but on the behind it's working. But if you want to see that, you need to click on the calculate now, then it will work. So for now I'm just going to select automatic. Now I want to go with the trial. So first trial I want to go with the 500 trial. So it's sometimes very difficult to write one, then two, and select these two, and drag it towards this one, go and just for 500. If it is 5,000, then it will take too much time. So I don't want to go with this. I want to use the Microsoft Excel, very beautiful feature. So that is how we can do that. Look at this. First of all, go to home page, and we have here fill. So I want to fill this with series. So column, select column 1 to 500. The moment I select 500 and OK, so it will come automatically. And second one, what I want, I click on this, put is equal to sign here, and this is the profit that we have. So once we have this profit, then next step will be I'll go to data and I'll find something here, what if. So before clicking on the what if, what I want to select this information. So to select, first of all, just select these two, shift control and down arrow, and it will select the whole data. No need to go down or up, right? Then click on what if, then data table. The moment you click on the data table, there will be two inputs, like the row input cell and column input cell. So nothing to do in the row input cell, but just click on the column input cell and click anywhere. Let's say I click over here and press OK. So what happened? Automatically the profit is populated. It means for the first trial this one, for the second trial this one, for the third trial this one. So everything is there, different trials that we have made. Now I want to make a result of this. What I want to see what is the average of all these profit. So how much average profit a company will generate? We have 500 hidden trials. On the basis of that, we want to calculate the profit. So first of all, what you need to do, from here to the end, select all data and go to home. I don't want these the decimal places here, right? Remove all the decimal places. Then I want to name this series from the 1 to 500. Just right click on that, go to define names, and here I just write name with my data. For example, my data or my profit. My profit I have written here. So click on OK. So this the name is selected. You can see that this area is selected. On the left hand side you can see my profit. So it means this is the name of all these cells from the 0, from the 1 to 500. All these cells name is already selected. So why I have selected? Because I want to know the number of things. Number one, I want to know the average of all these trials. So for this one, the first one, I would like to go with the mean. Then after that, I would like to go with the standard deviation. Then I would like to go with the minimum and maximum of the sale. So go with the first one, mean. Average, I'll go with the average, bracket open. I will write my profit, bracket close, and enter. So this is the average profit which I have. I go with the standard deviation. I just write a standard deviation here and write here my profit, bracket close. This is the standard deviation. Then I go with the minimum profit I will generate. So that will be this is the, sometimes there may be a loss, that is in the minus. Maximum that I can go with max, I say my profit, bracket close and enter. So I have all this information. I'm just going to remove all these decimal places, right? Okay, now what is next? Next is I just want to calculate. Go with the formula and click on the calculate now. So look, so there are different ways. We will have different profit all the time. So we will click on these 500 trials that we have, but we will come to know the maximum profit will be this much, or minimum will be loss this much, and mean will be this, right? So this is the average. So we can go with this, and accordingly we can take a decision whether we need to go with this company or not.